What's up, everyone? So future me here. I did want to let you know before jumping into the video that I actually do have a pretty cool giveaway coming up here for the channel. All the information will be at the end of the video on how to enter and everything. It will be sponsored by Vette Lights, so make sure to tune in for the video, watch the full thing, and enjoy. What's going on, YouTube? So today we're going to get into another little bit of a video here. As many of y'all know, in the Corvette community, Vette Lights is almost like a household name. So they sent me out the smoked lights that they have for their Infinity lights. So we'll kind of be doing a comparison video as far as that goes for what that looks like, and then comparing the red to the smoked lenses for you. That way you get a better idea of what both of them look like and what you might want in the future. So that's what we'll jump into. But before we do hop into the video, I do have to let y'all know I did officially come out with some merch here. As you can see, it's from Nostalgia Motor Co. It's really nice. I actually really like the design. I'll kind of show some over the screen here as I talk about it, but all the link information and all the info will be in the description, so if you could go check it out at the very least. I got stickers, posters, t-shirts, hoodies, all of it, so you can go cop some merch. I'd really appreciate it. Even if you don't cop anything, I still appreciate all the support and the love from you guys, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So here's the current lights. As you can tell, they're kind of like an OEM style red. This is what they look like off. And then of course, this is what they look like when they're on. Again, they do have that infinity effect that you can see there. And then of course, so this is what you will get if you order them. Definitely a nice box, but yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into getting it opened up, and then we can go through the uninstall process if you ever need to switch these lights out. So opening the box up, this is what you get here. So of course you do have their sticker, the lanyard, and of course some of their great business cards. Again, go check them out. They're amazing, and the owner, Cole, is super awesome and great guy to work with. And then of course you have the lights themselves. So let's go ahead and get these unwrapped, and we can take a look at what they look like. Okay, so here they are, unboxed completely. Before we jump in, I do want to make sure to point out, I did point this out in the last video I did on installing these, but just make sure when installing them that there's this little switch right here. It'll be driver side and passenger side. I already have them all switched out to how they need to be, but you do want to make sure that you have those correct before putting them in. That way, you just make sure that, that they will blink the right way, especially if you have the sequentials turned on. If you have it turned on static, not a huge deal, but with sequential, it does the little animation. So you'll want to make sure that's going the right direction for you. So that's what this switch is. And then of course, this one will be the selector if you just want a pure halo, the dotted halo, or the solid line halo, red and amber one. And then of course, this is if you just want it the static or sequential. Here's what the front of them look like. Definitely a darker color, as you can already tell here just from the comparison. Now, the lighting is not the best here, so it may not seem too different, but during the day, it definitely does change things. So that's what they look like on the front. And as many of y'all know, for example, we got my brake light here. I mainly go for the smoked blacked out look, including my little reverse lights there. It'll definitely make the car back to what it was before with the previous taillights I had on them. And yeah, we'll get into how to uninstall these. Okay, so what I found to be the easiest way to get these taillights out, so there's essentially 4 clips on the back of them, as you saw when I was showing you the back of the other ones, but they're pretty much going to be here, 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 and here. The easiest way that I found to go ahead and take these out are actually going to be by removing the essentially your license plate fixture. So not only the plate, but the thing that holds your reverse lights and everything else as well. So you'll take this entire fixture off. That way you can just kind of reach into the bumper, push those clips inward, and push the light out. Okay, so now that the license plate itself has came off, you're going to want to use T15 screw to go ahead and remove the 4 screws right here. So you'll remove those, that way you can take the entire fixture off and reach your hand in that bumper. Now, this would be a perfect time to clean any of this stuff while you have this all taken apart as well, especially if you love having your car clean. I typically do, but where I'm at, it kind of rains a lot, honestly. So it's one of those things where my car is clean for about a day, goes right back to being dirty, especially with having a black car. But
it's definitely worth it when it is clean, I'll tell you that much. Now that we have the actual license plate fixture removed, pretty much just stick your hand through the 2 holes over here to get the driver and passenger side lights out. All you're gonna be doing is pushing those pins in and then pushing the light out, so towards you. Really, all you're gonna wanna do to remove these is, again, you'll push in this lever, it's on the back here, and you'll twist it. So I'll show you what a close-up of that looks like. Okay, so now that we have it out like this, all you're gonna wanna do is push this piece in right there. So you'll push it in. So after you turn, that will get the connector out, just like so, and then you can kind of carefully pull that apart. Okay, so now that we have all of the old taillights out, we'll go ahead and put the new ones in. And again, you'll want to make sure that the switches are inputted correctly before putting them in. We'll test them before, but I'll go ahead and show a picture of the modes and what they do and what each switch means and what symbol and everything like that. But to install these, it's fairly simple. You'll want to make sure that the 2 closer pins are going to be the bottom. And then these 2, the ones that are much further away from each other, those are gonna be the top. You'll essentially just take this and plug it in here. Now, the easiest way to know which side to plug it in is just to take this black wire that you see on the taillight itself, and you will match it up with the black wire that's on the socket. And then the final step here is just pushing it in, and then you'll take it, and once it's flat and flush like this, you'll twist it this way, and you are all set and good to go. Now, this yellow wire, in case you are having any questions about what that is, it's essentially for the European spec cars. This will be used to tap into the turn signal on the side markers, but for me or anyone else that owns an American spec, you do not need to use that wire, so you can kind of disregard it. But now that this is good, we will do the other 3, and then we can test them out. Okay, now here is a closer shot, but again, you'll match the black side, plug it in like so, and then again, you'll just tuck these wires in here, and then you can twist it, find that flush point where it's flush, and then you just twist it like that, where this little tab here is behind this, and it is now secure and good to go. And again, this is the wire I was mentioning. This is the yellow one that you don't need unless your car is European spec. So we'll go ahead and drop that there, and now we can test them out. Okay, so now we are going to test them out. So here is what they look like. That definitely looks good if you ask me. Now I do see here that one is not lighting up, so we will go ahead and troubleshoot real quick, and then I'll be back when it's on. Okay, so I got this light working here. I messed up and did not match the 2 black wires, so as you can tell, it's very important to make sure you do match them up. For whatever reason they don't light up right away, that's very well most likely your problem. So before we fully install them, I am going to test the sequential. The easiest way to do this, if your car is not fully turned on, is going to be your hazard lights. So I'm going to go ahead and turn those on, and we'll make sure it works. Okay, so as you can tell, they are working perfect, and the passenger side is going to the right, which is what you want, and then the driver's side is going to the left, as you can tell as well here. Definitely looks good there. So now that we've tested the lights and made sure everything looks good, we can go ahead and install them. So you'll push at the top, you should hear them click, and then you want to do the bottom. Now, when you do this, you do want to make sure not to push both at the same time. That way you refrain from possibly breaking the mirror inside that causes that infinite look. We'll go ahead and do that on the other 3, and we'll be all set. So there we go. They are completely installed now. So we'll go ahead and turn off the hazards, and we'll get that final finished look of what it looks like without the lights on. Okay, so here's what everything looks like with them fully installed and pushed in. These are smoked, so in my opinion, they definitely make it look complete with the rest of my smoked lights, with my, my front corners, the side markers, the brake light, everything. So I think this is really, really nice and completes it for sure. This is what I prefer over the red ones. The red ones definitely do give it that pop if that's more your style. Here is what they look like off, and then we'll go ahead and do the startup animation, which in my opinion will never get old. gotta thank Vette Lights for hooking me up. All of their information will be in the description, including these lights specifically with a link to them. Let me go ahead and get this license plate installed back on, and then I'll kind of give y'all a little bit of a news announcement and update on the car, and yeah. So now with the license plate cover on, we are all set and good to go. And you cannot tell me that ass does not look good. But no, on a real note though, everything is all good to go and we are all set. Thanks again for watching the video and sticking all the way through to the end here. Currently speaking, the Corvette is actually down, unfortunately. So I have a valve spring that did break on me. So that happened quite literally yesterday. I was leaving the drive-through Chick-fil-A. I pulled in all super excited and then I was leaving and ended up having to go on a tow truck. So not the best day ever, but I'm trying to make the most of it. Who knows, that might end up leading to a certain install that many Corvette and LS engine owners always do and love. So be on the lookout for that. Just a little hint at what might happen. So there's that for you. Thank you again so much for watching. Let's hit that goal of 1,000 subs. I know we can do it. And yeah.
What's up? Future me here again. So to go over those giveaway details, it's fairly simple. It's going to be on my red Infinity taillights that I had previously installed on the car. I will be giving those away. And again, huge shout out to Vette Lights. They're the ones who make all this possible. They are sponsoring the giveaway as well. So be sure to check them out. All their information will be in the description below. So definitely see what else they got to offer besides just the taillights that you might win. Now to get down to it, because I know that's the main reason you stuck around here. How to enter? It's very simple. All you have to do is follow me on Instagram. That's going to be SlowC5Z, and then make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. You don't have to do anything extra like comment or anything, but I do appreciate the support anyways, as I do want to make this my career. So thanks for sticking around and tuning into this video. Hopefully I can do that sooner than later, as I do want to make my passion my job. But in the meantime, I'll still enjoy doing all this stuff and having a good time while I'm at it. So thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and drive safe.